Hey all, welcome to this week's favorite collection at the Crawford Institute, the Pop Culture Collectibles. We're going to look at the blue section this week. That'll be the third section we've checked out. We checked out green, we checked out orange, now we'll hit up blue. The gray section, as you can see in front of us here, is a Batman section. Then the red section, which comes next and is one of the largest sections, was supposed to be DC, which ended up being mostly Batman because I have way too much Batman. And then the blue, which is what we're going to talk about today, was supposed to be Marvel. As it turned out, however, I don't have as much Marvel stuff anymore than as I used to. I got rid of almost all my Marvel Legends. So this 2x8 shelf here in front, which would normally be the same as the blue section, is actually just more continuation of DC, except the top shelf. So we'll start up there. And you'll notice in the back are some NECA quarter scale figures, at least the first three. And in front are some of the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures. Now, while I got rid of most all of my Marvel Legends, I did keep quite a few of the Build-A-Figures. I like them a lot. The Spider-Man in back is actually the old Toy Biz version that they did that's super articulated. It was a great figure then. It's still a great figure. And as we come down this way, we start moving more into these large-scale Build-A-Figures that Toy Biz did, like the Fin Fang Foom and the Galactus. Now, you'll notice there are some box DC things still in back. Like I said, the amount of DC stuff. I don't think I mentioned this Justice League of America set that is so cool that came from San Diego Comic-Con with Starro. And next to him there is a Hulkbuster. So, that's all that's on the shelves in front of the blue section. At least it's Marvel related. Up here on the wall is where the rest of the Marvel goodies are. We start out on top with a ton of Hot Toys. Now, as we go through these, you'll notice those shelves are 22 inches at top, remember, which is an ideal height for these larger scale figures. And it's an ideal height for a few of these, like the two you see there that we like to have suspended in the air. Normally, I don't use stands, but occasionally to put people up in the air like that, it works great. Also with the Spider-Man, I have at least one head sculpt of each of the actors out and visible. Little Falcon and Winter Soldier there. And we finish up with a Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, and the terrific Falcon as Captain America. So we'll come down a shelf. Now these shelves are 16 inches, perfect for six scale figures. When I pick up Hot Toys figures nowadays, I try to go for the lesser characters. I have way more. You'll notice I already got way more Captain Americas than I could ever possibly need. There isn't anything they're going to be able to do with Captain America. There's another Winter Soldier there. You saw the other one up above. This is my favorite as it is from World War II. I'm not going to need to buy any more Captain Americas. Here's my Thors. So when they did Valkyrie, I picked her up because that's an excellent version of Thor to add to the group, but I don't need another version of Thor himself. Over here we have Guardians of the Galaxy, including the Stan Lee that they had at the end for one of the movies. We're still waiting on Mantis. She's on pre-order. Now you're going to notice that these are not Marvel. Definitely not Marvel. These are DC. This is the Justice League. And I figured since they finally, when they got Cyborg there done, they had a complete Justice League from the movies, that I would put it over here together where I had room. And Black Panther. I have way more Iron Men than I need. Now if I buy an Iron Man figure, it is going to have to really be something unique. Do another Stan Lee and I'll buy it in a heartbeat. But I have absolutely no need for another Iron Man, as you'll see in a minute. Have to be something really unique. Likewise with Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel. I mean, pretty well got the looks covered. A couple of Deadpools. See what they do with the next Deadpool movie. There might be some interesting look they have that I'll fall for. Because with certain characters, now the Daredevil in back, that's the TV show Daredevil. Like Black Widow, I think I've got every Black Widow they've done. Sometimes I get sucked into a character, and Black Widow is sort of like Harlequin to me. You do a version of it, and I'm probably going to buy it. Now we're going to get into the Iron Man costumes, and we're kind of going backwards in order, chronological order here. There's even the Silly Strings version there. And I have the box for that one down below. Those of you know what it is, you know. And we finish up over here with this MK1. This is the second one they did, the later one that had the better head sculpt. However, you're going to see the other one, the very first one they did, in a minute, because I also really like that one for a different reason. It's my favorite War Machine. I really like this Moon Knight. The two Shang-Chi figures, not so much. I'll be getting rid of those when I need the space. And a really nice Ghost Rider. But you're going to see one that was a lot cheaper that's a really nice Ghost Rider too, because Ghost Rider is a figure I tend to keep the figures. I do have some Marvel Legends. Hulk is one of them I tend to keep. Green Goblin's another one I tend to keep. Nightcrawler. Certain characters I just really liked. It's a really cool mini bust of Green Goblin there in the back. Other times, there's a couple of famous covers. And you see there's a couple of Ghost Rider figures. Again, there's certain figures I really like that I did end up keeping. There's some that are so old, like the Man Spider over there from Toy Biz. A few more busts. Howard the Duck is a relatively recent addition. I just had to get him. Pitt, Monkey Man, and O'Brien. And these were later on, they were called Marvel Legends Icons. Initially, Toy Biz didn't, I don't remember them calling them anything in particular. They were just part of the Marvel Legends line, but they were 12-inch figures. Hasbro kept doing them once they picked up the properties from Toy Biz, and they kept doing them called Icon series. This Ghost Rider that was part of that is a terrific Ghost Rider, terrific bike. Really well done. On the very bottom, we have a few odds and ends, some die-cast, a few Hot Toys figures that didn't make it up on the shelf. This Batman Begins, he's not a good enough figure to be on the shelf over there with the other Batman stuff, but he is one of the very first, one of the earliest Hot Toys licensed figures. So I kept him out of the interest of having him as part of the history. That's the Silly Strings box there next to him. I like to have that sort of historical record whenever possible, where we've been and where we're going. And we finish up over here. Might have shown you before. We haven't done the red section yet, but that's the Batman Forever Batcave with both the Batmobile and the Batplane on it. Really well done. So that's pretty much it for the wall and the tower in front of it. When I do the red section, it's going to be huge because I'm going to have to do all of this tower, both 2x8 sections, as part of that. I am going to mention Tony Stark's lab over here. We've got, a few different Iron Man figures. Tony there in the center. Tony over here working on some more of the outfit, early pieces. There's plenty of pieces up there on the bench. So we come around here as one of the MK2 with the exposed bits. That Tony is just one of the early head sculpts that I threw on a body in a suit I had around here. Another in-process suit. The gantries around this side with Tony getting all dressed. Behind him is the beautiful Hulkbuster. And down here we have another Tony. The Hulkbuster, the extra arm is laying there behind him. As I said before, the MK1, this is the first one. I like the paint job on the armor better with this one, although the Tony head sculpt was terrible. And we finish off with one last version of him working on some more equipment. So you can see I've got some space there. And when I do the center section, which will be its own video, it'll be number 12 out of there's 11 spaces, 11 areas. There's the 12th is through the middle. When I do that one, I'll talk about those again, I am sure. So that's it for the blue section. We've already done the green, the blue, and the orange. Like I said, that means we've got 8 more colors and 1 section in the middle still to do. Hopefully you're having a great week. Make sure you subscribe, and on Friday we'll do another acquisition report. Have a good one.